Nalin Kohli continues to be with us. Tehseen Poonawalla continues to be with us. Syed Asad Abbas joins the debate. Balakrishna Kanukati, ABVP National Convener, also joins the debate. Karthik Reddy, National Spokesperson of the BRS, comes back to the news hour after a long gap. Thank you very much for joining us. But Tehseen Poonawalla, when we debated this issue about 2 or 3 days ago, you stood staunchly, this land belongs to the government. Today, do you know what the Supreme Court has said? Why was there such a hurry when we have stayed it? The High Court is asking questions of why was felling of the trees continuing after the High Court had stayed it. I want to ask you, what is the hurry? Dal mein kya kala hai? Why are you running to that piece of land? Because have you taken advances for selling it? Because you don't even want to adhere to what the courts are opining on this matter? What's going on?
Navika ji, at the onset, grateful to the Honorable Supreme Court for what it said today. It stated, but I am telling you this, the truth will in the next 2 or 3 days come out. The court has an opinion on whose land it is. The court is very clear via the writ petition number and the SLP that I told you that this is the land of the government of Telangana. Just let me put the facts across. This land, this 400 acres, was not given by the Congress government, was given by Chandrababu Naidu ji to a sports company then, an American-based sports company subsidiary in India. They never developed that piece of land. In lieu of that, 397 acres to the university was given back. It was the university land. Nowhere, Chandrababu Naidu ji then went to court. After that, Congress governments went to court. After that, BRS, this thug, the BRS thugs who want that land now, who are today saying that we will not allow anything to happen. They went to court and their affidavit says it is university land, it is the government land. Why did Ms. KCR's son, KTR ji, not stand up there and say, we will not allow it? That's their affidavit on the court. Today when Congress won the land, today because the highest investment is coming in India and Telangana, the BRS thugs who want the land for their real estate friends are today threatening that when they come to power, which they will never come.
I don't know who's the thug here, and please, this kind of language. I will read you the language of the Supreme Court today.
And there should be strict action against those who have generated these videos. Do you take responsibility for these videos?
I have said where these videos are sourced from, and the disclaimer is running on them.
Exactly.
And I have
AI-generated videos are being done to help the real estate friends of the BRS.
Oh, and the Supreme Court does not understand because Justice Gawai today said, we are going to stay the entire matter. You cannot take law into your hands. No further tree felling. Then he said, we are stopping everything. No further work can take place here. And if we find that any trees have been cut, the Chief Secretary will go straight from, and he said the rest unsaid. And Supreme Court, while passing the order, said we had taken suo motu cognizance and sought a report from the Registrar of Judicial Activity, who went to the spot, and report taken is on record, and they will pass detailed orders. I want to ask you, Nalin Kohli, what is the big hurry that at night, midnight 2 days ago, they started felling trees? If their land is theirs, nobody was stopping them. There was protest by students. But why at midnight were these trees felled? Why was the felling continuing after the High Court stay yesterday, almost for 21 hours? And then the Supreme Court had to send a registrar to check that place and submit a report. What is going on?
This must have been from the forest bench in, my guess is, the T.N. Godavarman case. This must have been from the forest bench or T.N. Godavarman issue, where Justice Gawai and Justice Masih, they are there and it's held at regular intervals, and it's where all these environment issues come up, where the Central Empowered Committee, its point of view comes in, and there is an amicus curiae assisting the court. So therefore, what we now know is that between two constitutional courts, and mind you, all the people there, and particularly in the Congress party, carry the red constitution to say how much they swear by the constitution. So they need to really show the constitution to their government there. That two constitutional courts, being the Honorable High Court of Telangana and being the Honorable Supreme Court, when they are passing orders, work should cease. They have a lawyer who's in court, who only picks up the phone and gives the news instantly if the officials have not already watched it on live on, the telecast. because all of these proceedings are taking place live. The very fact that they continued chopping it into the dead of the night was to achieve an objective without due process of law and in defiance of the due process of law. So when Justice Gavai, who is going to be Chief Justice of India next month, when he says something unsaid about the Chief Secretary, I think the Telangana government really should take it very, very seriously. And number two, if the Registrar Judicial of the Honorable High Court has been asked to submit a report, and mind you, the Registrar Judicial is a judicial officer. He's from the state, and he's a judge who's appointed to assist the High Court. If he's giving a report and it comes out that this was all done in defiance of what the Honorable High Court said or what the Supreme Court said, I would believe that some officers
but the Supreme Court has noted, and let me read out what the Supreme Court has said. It is difficult to appreciate as to what was the alarming urgency to start the deforestation activity immediately after the said committee was constituted, when the exercise as required under Rule 16(1) of the rules of 2023 was yet to be undertaken. So the deforestation permissions, etc., were not taken. The report of the learned Registrar Judicial of the High Court to Telangana, as well as photographs sent by him, depicts an alarming picture. Huge number of trees are being felled, and apart from huge machinery that is being deployed, which has already destroyed an area of around 100 acres. The report also found that certain number of peacocks, deers and birds are also seen in the said area. These are prima facie indication that there existed a forest inhabited by wild animals. It further shows that there is a lake beside the deforested area and deers are seen beside the lake.